Welcome to Sundays with Amber. For today's practice, you will need 2 blocks or something like 2 blocks, books or boxes. A yoga strap or a clothing belt will work, or a dish towel that's kind of thin and long would work as well. And then either a yoga blanket or a big bath towel would work, or an Afghan. And come to a seat or lie down, whatever you're most comfortable doing in this moment. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So this year is the 30-year anniversary of the Voyager spacecraft going up into the stars, and the famous picture of the Earth as the pale blue dot. Carl Sagan was one of the astronauts in the Voyager that turned around and looked at the Earth and saw the Earth just this tiny little blue dot among everything else. And he wrote a book. And in the book, in one of the most famous parts of what he wrote is this reading that I'll share, just a small snippet of it. He wrote, "Look again at the dot. That's here, that's home, that's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes, settle, not likely. Like it or not, for the moment, the earth is where we make our stand. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. As we practice today, we'll work with our feet and do some different postures, opening and strengthening the feet. You look at the steps that we have taken as we walked on this earth through our life. For as long as you've been here, your feet have carried you on your path, reflecting on the past, the future, and also the present moment where you are right now in your life. Come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position on a blanket or a block. Place your hands about mid-thigh with the elbows bent. Draw your shoulders back in space so that your chest opens up and your chest lifts toward the sky. Looking down or closing your eyes, start to notice your breath. Wisping across your nose on the inhale and the exhale. At the same time, notice the rise and fall of your chest when you breathe. Smooth your breath and make it a little bit longer. And every time you inhale and fill yourself up with breath, on the next exhale, slow the breath down so much that it actually slows your heart rate down. Inhaling smooth, noticing the rise of your chest, the sensation at your nostrils. And then when you exhale, same, noticing the fall of the chest, the sensation at the nose, but then a slowing down of the heart rate. As you continue to breathe like that on your own, visualize one of your favorite places in nature. So whether it's the mountains or being at the ocean, a lake, a river, or in some field, so whatever it is for you, imagine yourself sitting in that place, so that one favorite place in nature, that you're sitting there like you are right now, breathing the way that you're breathing, smooth and slower. As you visualize yourself in this space, what do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? And how does it feel to be in this place? Does it feel relaxing, replenishing, or does it feel invigorating and inspiring? Place your hands at your heart. Draw your chin towards your chest, and if your eyes are closed, flutter your eyes open. And slowly lift your gaze, and you'll grab what you're using for your strap. Sit onto your mat. If you're sitting with your prop, just push that to the side. And with that in hand, just very slowly start to roll down one vertebrae at a time onto your back, keeping your knees bent, your feet on the floor. Okay, bend your right knee into your chest. You can still hold on to that strap. Just bend your right knee in, give it a squeeze in, and then 2 breaths into your belly. So inhale, expand the belly up. And when you exhale, feel the belly draw in, the navel kind of scooping in toward the spine. Just one more time like that. And then undo the lasso or the raveling of your strap or what you're using for the strap, and actually place it around the ball mounts of your right toe. So not the arch of the foot. If that's happening, this kind of floss it up to the ball mounts of the toes and hold on to each side with one hand. If you're feeling good, you can stay here or you can extend the left leg out. Well, holding on a little bit more loosely to the strap so that when you inhale the next time, push up through the ball mounts of the toes as if you're pointing your toes, but you're really pointing the ball mounts of the toes. And then exhale, pull down and draw the toes towards your knee. So on the inhale, when you kind of push up through the ball mounts of the toes, that engages the calf muscles and the hamstrings. And when you exhale and pull down, it stretches those areas. One more time, inhale up. And when you exhale, pull down. Now hold it down, take the straps into your right hand. Slide your left arm out into a goalpost or a T position, kind of shifting the left shoulder blade down. Take a breath. Keep the left side of your body anchored, your left hip, your left calf. As you open the leg out to the right, you might bend your right elbow, slide your hand down the strap, and rest your elbow on the floor or a prop. But instead of tipping over to the right, try to allow the left side to stay down through engagement of the left side of your body. And then a breath into your belly like you were doing when you hugged your knee to your chest. So expand the belly up on the inhale. And then allow the belly to draw to the navel to draw in toward the spine as you exhale. Inhale, lift the leg, same leg, switch your hands. Okay, so now you're grabbing with your left hand, right arm into the goalpost, deep breath, flex the foot. Exhale, crisscross the foot over your body, maybe about a foot, and pause. And then noticing where you might be feeling it when you just crisscross the leg this amount to the left. Micro bend your right knee, but pull the toes down towards your kneecap at the same time. Okay. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, bend your left knee, plant the foot, unlasso the right foot, bend the right knee and place that foot down. And we'll switch sides. So just kind of leave the strap on your belly, hug your left knee to your chest. Do those 2 breaths into your belly here. Different side. Inhale, rise the belly up. Exhale, draw the belly in. Grab what you're using for your strap. Make sure it's kind of even as you place it around the ball mounts of the toe. So lasso it up there and straighten the leg, even if the leg has to come forward a little bit. Straighten the leg. Okay, if it's feeling okay, extend the right leg out. And then one hand on each side of the strap, 3 times. Inhale, press up through the ball mounts of the toes. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, press up. Really looking at your foot and the action of the foot. Exhale, pull down. Last one, inhale, press up. Exhale, pull down. Now hold it down. Place the straps into your left hand. Right arm into the goalpost or the tee. Solidify the right shoulder blade, the right glute, the right calf down when you open that leg out to the side. And a couple breaths into the belly. So as we work with the feet today, consider the path that you've walked your whole life, so your journey, the steps that you've taken through your childhood, into your adulthood, into the present moment. Inhale, lift the foot back up. Same leg, switch your hands, grab the straps with your right hand, left hand into the goalpost or the tee, and then crisscross just about a foot at most to the right. Micro bend the left knee, but press up through the heel. As you consider the path that you've walked, usually what kind of stands out to most of us, I think, are the moments that really signify like really good moments, and then the moments that maybe weren't so good. But all of it has made up your life, a life worth living, a full life. Okay, inhale, lift that leg up. And as you exhale, plant the right foot down, release the left strap, place that foot down. And then from here, so a little different, you'll bend your right knee. You might have to lift your head to do this. Reach up on the inside and try to cup your right heel with your right hand and then pull down. So there's this duality as you pull down with your arm, inserting the arm into your shoulder socket, push up through your right heel. Option to open your left knee to the side. So that simple kind of dual action, pull down, but push up through the heel. It's symbolizing almost that understanding that there is duality. There's duality in our life of the really, really happy moments and then the moments that maybe aren't so happy. And take one more breath. And then plant the left foot back down, send your right foot back to the floor, and let's do the other side. So left leg will lift up. If you need to, lift your head, reach up, plant the left palm like a puzzle piece on the left heel. You lower down, bring the leg down. So that's opening the hip. Maybe open the right knee to the side. But at the same time, kick up through your left heel. So even though you're stretching and you're opening the hip, there's an engagement as you kick the heel up. You could do both at the same time. Okay. Place your hand maybe on your belly, your other hand, or your leg, and then take 2 breaths into your belly. Great. Now plant the right foot. This time, hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, rock from side to side. Take your hands under your calves, holding onto the hamstrings. If you can do this, inhale slowly. Use your core Send your legs forward and come up into a balance. If you need to use your hands on the floor, do that. To come up into this shape, it's called boat pose. Hands around the hamstrings, lift your chest. And hold on to the legs to lift your chest. Take a breath. Now place your hands on your outer knees and then squeeze your knees and your hands together. Take a breath. And the last one, hands on your shins, push up with the shins and down with the hands. Take a breath. And then plant your feet, swing your legs around you and come onto your hands and knees. So into table position with your toes curled under. So it's a little different. Opening the bottom of the foot, spread your fingers. Inhale, reach your chest forward. And then when you exhale with the toes curled under, move into a child's pose. And it's more active because your toes are curled under. Press the floor away with your hands and float your head from the floor. Inhale, stand up on your knees, reach your hands all the way up at the top of the inhale. Hold your breath in unless you're pregnant. Now, if you're pregnant, keep breathing here. Exhale, float back to that active child's pose, the toes curled under. Inhale, table pose, heart forward. Again, child's pose on the exhale, toes curled under. Inhale, stand up on your knees, reach up, take a little bit more of a sip of a breath and hold the breath in. Exhale, float all the way back down. Inhale, table pose, heart forward. Stay here. Exhale, cat pose, round your back. And do that one more time. Inhale, cow pose, lower the belly, reach your heart forward, lift your chin. Exhale, cat pose, round. Find neutral, so not too much of either of those actions. Step your left foot back. Pick your right foot up and step it off the mat. Rotate and sweep your left hand overhead. So it's a gate position. As you press your right hand down and firm the straight leg. Look up on the inhale. And when you exhale, sweep the hand back towards your hip. Look down towards your right thumb. And do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arm overhead, look up. And when you exhale, sweep the arm back, look down. And let's switch sides. So come back to table, pivot on the knees, stretch your right foot back, pick that left foot up, step it off the mat, pivot the right heel down, and then sweep the right arm overhead, bicep in line with your ear. Look up, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arm towards your right hip, look down, exhale. One more time. Inhale, turn the head, look up. Exhale, sweep the arm, look down. Table pose, knees together, toes curled under. Start to push back. And if this feels good, stay here. Otherwise, start to walk back so that you're sitting upright. At any moment, if this becomes too much, come up onto your knees, give yourself a break, and then come right back. Hug your heels in. Try not to splay the heels out. Hug the heels in. Arms out to a T, inhale. Exhale, give yourself a hug with your right arm over. So you're here. Option to lift the hands up and crisscross at the wrists. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue, and create a three-dimensional quality to your breath in your chest cavity. So when you inhale, try to expand all around in your chest, in your upper back. When you exhale, feel that soften. Let's do the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the T. Exhale, left arm on top. Give yourself a hug or crisscross at the wrists. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Don't give up. Inhale, arms to the T. Table pose on the exhale. Gently tap the tops of your feet. Observe the blood kind of flow back in. Walk the knees outer hip distance apart. Reach your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Pressing your heels toward the floor. Bend your right knee. Press your left heel toward the floor. Take a breath. And then switch. Bend your left knee. Press your right heel to the floor. Take a breath. Bend both knees. Take a breath. And when you exhale, begin to press your thigh bones back and up to straighten the legs. So it comes from moving the thigh bones back and up. One more breath there. Walk your feet forward halfway. Walk your hands back halfway. Grab your elbows. Relax your head. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Slide your hands to your shins. Inhale, half lift. And when you exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Sink your hips down toward the floor. So sink your hips way down to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky and stay there, chair pose. Send more weight to your heels as if your sit bones were magnetized back behind you. More weight to the heels. Take a breath. Exhale, lower halfway so your spine and arms are parallel to the floor. Imagine that you're holding onto a tree trunk and the tree is rooted like 4, 5, 10 layers into the earth, so it's not going anywhere. And as you hold onto the tree trunk, reach your sit bones back even more. Take one more breath. Exhale, straighten your legs, sweep your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, and reach your knuckles to the sky, opening the chest. Again, nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Place your hands at your hips with a flat back. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And stay there on the exhale. Release your hands down by your sides. So we'll do this 4 times. Lift your chest. Look to the floor without tucking your chin. Inhale, lift your heels and your hands up. Crisscross your hands back behind you and try to tap your shoulders. Exhale, release the heels and the hands at the same time. Again, inhale, lift your heels and your hands. Crisscross the opposite way behind you. Exhale, lower your heels, your hands to the floor at the same time. That long breath. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Step your feet wide on your mat. Toes point forward for right now. Hands at the hips. Lift your chest on the inhale. Lift your chin. Exhale, slide your hands down your outer legs and either grab the outer thighs or calves or ankles. Fold into this position, holding your legs, firming your legs so the quadricep muscles above the knees try to engage. And then holding on still, lift up halfway on the inhale. And as you exhale, turn your left toes out, bend the left knee, and lunge to that side, holding onto the leg still. Inhale, straighten the leg, turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out. Exhale, lunge that side. Again, inhale, lift, right toes in, left toes out. Lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. And then inhale, lift, turn the toes forward, fold a little deeper. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Slow, full inhale. Slow, full exhale. Lift up halfway on the inhale. Stay there on the exhale. Place your hands at your hips. Draw your elbows to the sky. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, and then heel, toe the feet in so your feet come to touch. Hey, bend your knees, hands at your heart. Squeeze your knees together. Take a breath. And as you exhale, shift your weight to your left foot. Pick your right foot up and cross it over. And you can always go to a wall for this and hold on to a wall. The foot can kind of hang out in space, or you can hook it around and squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, slide your arms out to that T. Exhale, let's place the left arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Eagle arms, maybe hooking at the wrists. Remember that long, smooth breath, the deep breath into the chest cavity. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Arms out to your T on the inhale, and then rise, lift that right knee to the sky and just hold. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Release the right foot down. Hands at the heart. Let's do the other side. Bend your knees. Deep inhale, move the sit bones back. When you exhale, pick up your left foot and then crisscross it over. I like to look at the floor for balance. You can go to a wall too on this side. The foot can be loose or you can hook it around. Inhale, slide the arms to the T. Exhale, right arm over the left. Give yourself a hug or wrap the wrists. Steady your gaze, slow the breath. Feel your foot touching the floor. Inhale, arms to the T. And when you exhale, lift your left knee up. Stand really tall on that foot. Okay? Lifting from your heart, even all the way from the foot. Deep breath. Place the foot to the floor, hands to your heart. Okay, and then step to the top of your mat. Inhale, slide, reach your hands all the way up, very slow. Exhale, cactus, your arms pull down. Inhale, rise up. Fold forward on the exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back to table on the exhale. So step one foot back at a time. Come to table. Slow inhale, reach your chest forward. And when you exhale, bend your elbows and lower to your belly. Point your toes. And as you come into this, place your left arm into the goalpost now. Place your left ear to the mat or a prop. Plug your right palm down. And as you exhale, shift onto your left side. Swing your right toe back behind you, just about a foot behind the left leg. Visualize in the center of your left lung a pale blue dot in the center of your left lung. And when you inhale, allow that pale blue light dot to expand to your whole left lung, to cocoon it. And when you exhale, imagine that pale blue dot shrinking to the center of your left lung. Come onto your belly. Let's do the other side. So slide the right arm out, right ear to the mat on your exhale. Shift onto your right side. And swing the left toe behind you. Same thing. Imagine the pale blue dot in the center of your right lung. And when you inhale, expand that light to infuse the whole right lung. And when you exhale, visualize it shrink back to that pale blue dot at the center of the lung. Come down onto your belly, slide your hands in under the shoulders. Press your toenails into your mat. Press your pelvic bone down. Inhale, cobra. Feel the strength of your back. Exhale, float down. One more. Inhale, float your heart to the sky, not overly lifting your chin. Exhale, reach the heart down. This time, take your hands back behind you, palms face each other, or interlace your fingers. Last time to lift. Inhale, press your toenails down. Lift your heart, stay there, and take a breath. Exhale, release, hands by your ribs, by your shoulders, lift up to table. Bring your knees forward, sit back, swing your legs around. And come into a cross-legged seated position. Rise your hands to the sky on the inhale. Twist to your right as you exhale. Place your left hand on the outer knee and just pause for a moment. Slow your breath down in the twist. And remember, it's like taking that kind of more expressive inhale that gives way to a longer exhale, slowing the heart rate down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Twist the other way as you exhale. Steady your gaze and practice your breath. Inhale, lift up. Slide your hands to your heart as you exhale. Bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly. Grab your ankles. First round, press the soles of your feet together like they're being magnetized toward each other. Press the soles of the feet, the heels, the ball mounts of the toes. Hold on to the shins or the ankles. And as you do that, draw the shoulders back, fold forward any amount. Press the feet together from your inner thigh, like the groin area, lengthen out to the inner knee as you press the feet together. Do that. Try not to clench your teeth together as you press your feet together. So relax your jaw. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. And then this time, if it's okay for your feet, you can do the same variation or open your feet like a book. Right? It's like your feet has a story to tell your whole lifetime. Right? And walking on these feet. So you open up like a book, lift your chest on the inhale. And as you exhale, start to fold again. So that variation of opening the feet like a book, reaching the heart forward, lengthening from the inner thigh to the inner knee. One more breath. Inhale, rise. Gather your knees together. Very slowly, as you reach your hands out in front of you, roll down one vertebrae at a time to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down, full happy baby. Lift the legs, reach up and grab the inner heel. Press down, pull down with the arms, push up with the feet. Hold here, breathe into your belly for 3, 2, and 1. I'm extending your legs out for Shavasana. Backs to the hands on the floor, palms up. Allowing yourself to close your eyes if that feels good. Otherwise, just soften the gaze and stay there for a few moments. Allowing your belly to soften here. And paying attention to the gentle rise and fall of your belly. The earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes, settle, not likely. Like it or not, for the moment, the earth is where we make our stand, to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. As you rest in Shavasana for the next few moments on your own, take that time, and when you're ready, you slowly come up to a seat and have a really nice day, and I'll see you next week on Sundays with Amber.